Welcome. This is Richard Hosnote, and I want to welcome you to the Innovation Best Practices episodes. In every episode, I design it to help you sell more and make more from your innovation program using proven and practical innovation best practices that I believe can help virtually any business with any innovation need. I want to give a special welcome to our listeners around the world, now 104 countries and growing. Welcome back. We offer, every once in a while, free offers, and got a bunch of them I want to share with you this morning. I'll do it quickly. First is a free consulting session. I don't do this often. And all you need to do is send me an email and provide me the details of what you would like me to help you with in a consulting session. And I choose as many as I possibly can to help people. And I'll give you the email in just a minute. You can also send me an email for our free twice-a-month newsletter that has insights that are not available in the podcast. We also have a free Innovation Best Practices app for Apple products at the App Store and Google/Android products at Google Play. Free resources are available at my website, i2ge.com. And go visit there, and you'll find a lot of them. So here's the email address if you want to contact me. It's very simple. Richard at i2ge, that's the letter I, the number 2, ge.com. I love hearing from folks, so send me an email. Today's episode is about Steve Jobs and innovation and leadership, and this comes primarily from a Harvard Business Review article, a very excellent article. An overview of what this episode is about, the author of this article is Walter Isaacson, who wrote the really great best-selling biography of Steve Jobs. If you haven't read it and you're a Steve Jobs fan, you got to read this biography. The author shares the 14 points that he thinks were key to Jobs' success in business overall and innovation specifically. This episode provides an overview of each of the 14 points. If you want to know more, you can access the Harvard Business Review article titled Steve Jobs Leadership Lessons. So let's get into them. Number 1 is focus. When he returned to Apple in 1997, he eliminated all but 4 products, a major refocusing of the business. The 4 products were in desktops, portables, consumer, and professional. 1 product in each segment was their initial focus. I love it. Quoting from the article, focus was ingrained in Jobs' personality and had been honed by his Zen training. He relentlessly filtered out what he considered distractions. I love it. More people should focus on this, interestingly enough. Simplicity. And simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, he declared in his first marketing brochure. Jobs aimed for the simplicity that comes from conquering rather than merely ignoring complexity. Achieving this depth of simplicity, he realized, would produce a machine that felt as if it deferred to users in a friendly way, rather than challenging them. It takes a lot of hard work, he said, to make something simple, to truly understand the underlying challenges and come up with elegant solutions. Wow. I wish all of you that are interested in innovation would listen to this. Sometimes you think simplicity is easy. It's not. Complexity is easy. Simplicity is not. But if you drive for simplicity, you will accomplish what all of us know Steve Jobs and Apple accomplished. Third is take responsibility to the end. Quoting from the article, Jobs and Apple took end-to-end responsibility for the user experience, something too few companies do. Going on, part of Jobs' compulsion to take responsibility for what he called the whole widget stemmed from his personality, which was very controlling. Moving on, it was an approach that did not always maximize short-term profits. Anybody listening? But in a world filled with junky devices, inscrutable error messages, and annoying interfaces, it led to astonishing products marked by delightful user experiences. How many times does he mention user experience in this? And that's where the focus is. and all the trouble that came from a lot of devices that were around when he was at Apple and before he set a new standard. Fourth is when behind, Leapfrog. I absolutely love this. Quoting from the article, the mark of an innovative company is not only that it comes up with new ideas first, it also knows how to leapfrog when it finds itself behind. So, integrating music into electronics, the iMac did not take CDs that PCs did. So, quoting, he decided to create an integrated system that would transform the music industry. The result was the combination of iTunes, the iTunes Store, and the iPod, which allowed users to buy, share, manage, store, and play music better than they could with any other devices. Multiple competitive advantages here, multiple types of innovation, all of which contributed to a major success. Fifth, put products before profits. Put products before profits. Quoting, when Jobs and his small team designed the original Macintosh in the early 1980s, his injunction was to make it insanely great. He never spoke of profit maximization or cost trade-offs. Quoting again, the products, not the profits, were the motivation. Scully, who followed Jobs and messed the company up more than a little bit, Scully flipped these priorities to where the goal was to make money. It's a subtle difference, but it ends up meaning everything. The people you hire, who gets promoted, and what you discuss in meetings. Whew. Listen to this, folks, if you want successful innovation. Number 6, bend reality. Jobs' infamous ability to push people to do the impossible was dubbed by colleagues his reality distortion field, after an episode of Star Trek in which aliens create a convincing alternative reality through sheer mental force. Boy, you gotta love it. Jobs told the president of Corning that he wanted a shipment of Gorilla Glass from them in 6 months. He was told by the president it was impossible. Jobs said, yes, you can do it. Get your mind around it. You can do it. They did it. Number 7, tolerate only A players. Jobs was famously impatient, petulant, and tough with people around him. But his treatment of people, though not laudable, emanated from his passion for perfection and his desire to work with only the best. It was his way of preventing what he called the bozo explosion, in which managers are so polite that mediocre people feel comfortable sticking around. I don't think I run roughshod over people, he said, but if something sucks, I tell people to their face, it's my job to be honest. Go, Steve. Number 8, push for perfection. Quoting again, during the development of almost every product he ever created, Jobs at a certain point hit the pause button. He went back to the drawing board because it felt it wasn't perfect. For example, during the development of the iPad, he noticed that the early completely flat design made it very difficult to pick the iPad up with one hand. He insisted on rounded edges. This caused a significant redesign, but he was unwilling to move to the marketplace until it was perfect. Love it. 9, don't be a slave to focus groups. Any of you that listen to my thoughts on focus groups in previous episodes will know that I'm very closely aligned with Steve Jobs on this. Quoting, when Jobs took his original Macintosh team into its retreat, one member asked whether they should do some market research to see what customers wanted. No, Jobs replied, because customers don't know what they want until we've shown them. He invoked Henry Ford's line, which was, if I'd asked customers what they wanted, they would have told me a faster horse. I love it. I love it. As you know, I've talked about this in some previous episodes. Going to consumers and asking them for ideas and how to make something better it will get you small ideas. Now, as Steve here said, when you've got something, you can then go show it to them. But Don't go out there with a blank board and say, hey, customers, help me create the next big win here. They're probably not going to do it. Number 10, Impute. Jobs believed that people did judge a book by its cover. As a result, the packaging for a product became very important. Style and colors also became very important. People imputed from what the product looked like how it would perform. Now, any of you that can remember buying the early iPods and iPhones can recall the time when it arrived or you bought it in the store that it came in what came to be called a jewel box. Wow. You know, you talk about presentation in a restaurant. This was presentation of technology in just a wonderful way. And you just knew when you saw the packaging and everything, this was going to be a great product. Number 11, engage face-to-face. Jobs said, there's a temptation in our networked age to think that ideas can be developed by email and iChat. That's crazy. Creativity comes from spontaneous meetings, from random discussions. You can run into someone, you can ask what they're doing, you say, wow, and soon you're cooking up all sorts of ideas. Please, please don't ever forget this advice. It's great. Number 12, know both the big picture and the details. I love this one. Quoting, Jobs' passion was applied to issues both large and minuscule. Some CEOs are great at vision. Others are managers who know that God is in the details. Jobs was both. Time Warner CEO Jeff Buckley says that one of Jobs' salient traits was his ability and desire to envision overarching strategy while also focusing on the tiniest aspects of design. Great, great combination. If you don't have this all in one person, make sure that you have a team that has these abilities, and these abilities are respected and recognized. Number 13, combine the humanities and the sciences. Quoting from the article, he connected the humanities to the sciences, creativity to technology, arts to engineering. There were greater technologists like Wozniak and Gates, and certainly better designers and artists, but no one else in our era could better rewire together poetry and processors in a way that jolted innovation. And he did it with an intuitive feeling for business strategy. Boy, I love it also. 14, stay hungry, stay foolish. Quoting, the underlying philosophy was that technology could be our friend. It wasn't always a friend before Jobs. It really wasn't. Jobs, who became a hippie, a rebel, a spiritual seeker, a phone freaker, and an electronic hobbyist, all wrapped into one, was a fan. Jobs stayed hungry and foolish throughout his career by making sure that the business and engineering aspect of his personality was always complemented by a hippie, nonconformist side from his days as an artistic, acid-dropping, enlightenment-seeking rebel. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. A man after my own spirit, yes. Okay, well, here's some concluding thoughts. There's a lot here. I love all 14 of these. I'm just going to focus on 3 of them for you. I couldn't focus on all 14. So, first is when behind Leapfrog. This helps to focus your innovation on really big ideas instead of evolutionary ideas. Next, know the big picture and the details. The big picture becomes sort of a compass guiding all of your work. Focusing on the details enables you to ensure that the big picture gets faithfully implemented. Last, push for perfection. With perfection as a goal, you can constantly strive to find improvement after improvement that cumulatively makes a big difference. Okay? I urge you. This is one of those podcasts and videocasts that you may want to listen to again and again. A lot of good stuff here. If you want more best practices, all you need to do is go to my website, i2ge.com, the letter I, number 2ge.com. Left side on the menu bar is DIY Innovation Training, Do-It-Yourself Innovation Training. Click on it. Whole bunch of training programs pop up. If there's not one there that meets your exact needs, send me an email. I'll be glad to tailor one for you. Here's what I'm trying to do with this. I'm trying to make you innovation self-sufficient so that you don't need to hire expensive consultants like me and others to do it for you. This can save you tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in your innovation program. Next resource. I've published 6 books. One of them is Proven Practical Innovation That Delivers Results. It's available only at Amazon in a paperback and Kindle version. It's priced below my break-even cost, so it's a great value. If you have suggestions, comments, or requests, I love hearing from listeners. Just send me an email at richard@i2ge.com. Okay, this next episode is a little bit different. Actually, it's quite a bit different. It's 10 proven ways to not innovate. I've had lots of ways about how to do it right. This is 10 proven ways to not innovate. It's from a Forbes magazine article. Make sure you tune in for this. As all of you know, I'm deeply appreciative of you taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me. I look forward to reconnecting with you soon, and until then, please have a great day.